Hello and welcome to another video on the skills I used in Photoshop. This is a video about how I created a sight and sound logo. After a piece of feedback, it was made clear to us that the sight and sound logo wasn't quite up to scratch in terms of being professional grade, and this is because we basically just copied an image without a background into a Photoshop file and left it as that. Obviously, when it came to resize things and reshape things, the quality wasn't there when things were made larger, and so to get a better looking logo, we created our own one. And so here is the final finished logo. As you can see, the font isn't exactly the same as a sight and sound, as the same as this sight and sound logo or this one, which is the one they used. It's because a number of things. The font that Sight and Sound use is a private font, meaning that it is not free to download for the public. You do have to acquire it at a paid price or download it through other less legal means, which is obviously something you can't do. But what you can do is you can get a developer tool called Inspector, and this basically means that when you highlight something and inspect the element, it will tell you everything about that. And the good thing about this is, if you see here, it says font use is Adele, and obviously when looking at Adele the font, you'll find that it is a font that you have to pay for. So what it does is it offers you the next best thing. So you can see the top box here is referring to this top box here, and it says the font family is from the Efja font. Now, when I figured this out, I was using a different computer which had the Efja font installed, as it is a free font, and most of these newer computers have fonts installed on them, but this is an older machine. So what you have to do is you have to go to a website called Dafont, or any other font downloading website, and look at it there, and you should be able to download it. But as I said, on most recent computers, it's a font that comes pre-downloaded, and once it's on there, the inspector recognises that and it finds the most similar font for you. And so once I downloaded it, it recognised it and did it there for me. And so creating the logo was actually pretty simple. It's just a text layer, and the colour of this, and this colour was taken a swab from the initial logo that we used, which wasn't up to standard. So you can be sure that the reds and the yellows are all the same as the ones used in Sight and Sound. And then you can see that it's got some effects on it, which is like the Sight and Sound one. You can see it's got a stroke, and this refers to the white line on the outside and inside of the letters. And that's pretty much all there is, apart from an outer glow, which just sort of blurs it around the outside of it, and I'll explain why. There is actually there's actually two text layers here, and the reason for this being is that the first one is this one here. Let's get that back in the right place. There you go. And then you have a bottom one here. So if I hide that one, you can see that it's just a greyed out version of the exact same text. And this is basically because, as you can see, it's off center, and this is done because it gives the sort of 3D effect for the top layer text. And this is something that you can see in the Sight and Sound logos. If I zoom in, you see how it's sort of almost 3D-ish. That is done by creating another layer, dulling it down, and then putting it behind it. So I think that works quite well. And yes, that's how I created that. Also, before I finish, this top text is just a simple slab of text. I think it was used Arial text, which is pretty much the same one as the Sight and Sound one. And so yeah, that's how I created that.